Hey beautifuls, and welcome to this week's reading. Today is Monday the 10th of April, and this will be your reading through the rest of the week. So we'll get started. As if you haven't come to my weekly readings, I pull out 3 cards. Well, sometimes 1 or 2 extras pop out, and then we just get a bit of a guidance just to help us with our week, and it's just pretty much just to help us with what our coming weeks are, and just to give us a little bit of clarity on where we're going with this week, especially if we've got a little bit indecisive with some things that may be coming aboard for this week. So we'll just get started. So I just shuffle, and whatever I feel needs to come out, some just pop out naturally, and others I just get a thought that this is the card that needs to come through. And today we're working with the Doreen Butcher Oracle cards and Archangel cards. This one. They're not popping out as fast as they were last weekend. It's 2, 3, there we go. Okay. So our first card is Artist. So this is the Oracle card. So engaging in an artistic activities is beneficial for your career and every other area of your life. So if you're finding that it's telling you to bring out that creativeness that is already in you. This could also help you with a career and within your career that you're already in, or something that you're sort of looking into. Ask yourselves what you actually want to do, what you creatively that makes us being creative, and creatively it makes us happy. So there are some of you out there that are looking at diving into something new. So there's a couple of you actually that's out there that are looking into different fields in life, doing something that's you're looking at as more as a hobby, but this can also be put as you can look at it as a career. So it can be something crafty that you could sell online. But yeah, I feel it's strong. And markets, there's something just coming with markets. So selling these creative, I want to say art crafts that you can actually sell online or at the markets. So there are a couple of you that are thinking to do it as more of a hobby, and then realise that this is something that you can actually do as a career and actually be able to, make enough money to sort of support yourself. So, it's something that makes you happy. If it's enough that makes you, to be able to support yourself and your family, then by all means go for it. It's all about doing something that we love while we're here on this planet and while we're here on this earth. Is we need to be diving into. And I know a lot of my readings I've been finding it's mainly helping others to find their divine light, their divine purpose, their life's purpose. And a lot of us have been doing something that we thought this was something that we wanted to do, but we found through the years, as we've gotten older, we've discovered that there are other fields that we need to dive into, and it's actually being able to have the confidence and to get there and to do it. I think there's fear. Fear is always a big thing. That was a big word that just come through. Everyone's going through this whole fear of not diving into what we're here to do, and we need to be doing this. We need to create our lives that makes us happy, so we can continue doing that through each generation and generation after. So we create a cycle of beings that are actually doing something that they love. And I mean, this is something that we can teach our children from day dot, and help them so they know that you don't have to be what society says. I'm not saying that these jobs that society is saying aren't good for certain people, but others, like for ourselves, we need something that we wholeheartedly love, that makes us want to get up out of bed every morning, But that's where the art thing, there's a few of you that are wanting to try different types of art or different types of crafts. Go for it, and stop letting that fear get in front of you and do it. I think there's some that are finding that they might that they don't have the time for it. You're working full time and you're a bit worried you don't have the time for it. So I think you can have the time, to be able to. We're getting into art and all that art and craft, it actually gets us away, and it's like another type of meditation. It's our time to ourselves. You might be doing it outside in nature, or you might have a little office little area that that's your, like for me, I have my little sacred space, and this is my space that I do my meditations, I do my yoga, and it's just me, and we need to have time for ourselves. And it is better for ourselves and our loved ones to be able to have our time to ourselves. So, always there is time for yourself. So that time for yourself is when you can dive into these little small hobbies. So my advice to those ones that are looking into it, do it. And also research. There's lots of different arts and crafts to be able to teach you, and a lot of them are free. If you look into Google, just Google it, and there are courses that you can do for free. But also these community courses, they can do it free, or you may have to, pay a little bit of a donation. But yeah, definitely look into it, because that card there is definitely for you guys that are looking and diving into the art. Well done. And practice. So polish your skills by practicing regularly. So that can go with the art side of things. I feel that those two have a bit of a connection. So practice and polish those skills. There are others that are actually looking into doing, being an intuitive guide, and research. Do a lot of research. Get involved in, your community. There are people out there that are like-minded and that are always willing to help you out, into being, so doing readings, doing tarot readings. There's a few of you that are looking into doing that, and it's saying to practice. So you need to practice these skills. And it's not only just the readings. I think it also goes with the art as well, to be able to practice. Practice means because you're putting time aside for something that makes you happy, something that you love, and having time for that is precious, because it is very healing for ourselves. So create time. They're telling me to tell you that you need to create time. And this could be a daily thing. This could be 10 minutes a day, or it's just practice. So practice. So these things out there that I know there's different walks of life that are listening to this. There is something that you need to be practicing. You need to practice. There may be time. Okay, so there's things that have been blocking people to go ahead with these ideas that they have. Whether it be art, whether it be reading, whether it be being an intuitive guide or anything like that. They're telling me to, you need to allocate that time and practice, because practice is so healing. It's so healing for ourselves. So it's, you need to polish your skills and practice music. There's someone out there, there's a few of you out there that are actually practicing music. Guitar's a big thing that's in there. So look, you need to be able to put these times, and I think what we tend to do is we work our job, we come home, we do dinner, or we go to the gym, and which is also great, but we need to be allocating time to do what we are passionate about, and being passionate about heals ourselves. So that's our natural healing. We are natural healers. I think others think that we tend to go to others for healing. A lot of the times that healer is actually teaching you what's already inside of you. So there's different ways of healing yourself, and it's drawing if you're an artist, you playing the guitar, if you're doing music, going for a run. Some of us, that's just their passion, is that's it's to be able to heal ourselves. So, you know, look into what is something that you really want to do and practice, and that creates this natural healing in ourselves. So polish those skills and yeah, get some practice in there. So our third card, Desiree. Okay, so no conditions are favourable right now. Wait, or look into other options and ask the angels to help, guide and comfort you. So some of you are going through a transition of what you may, someone's looking at buying a house. Someone's just told, okay, they've just told me there's someone out there that's looking at buying a house. So no, at the moment it's not favourable. So Desiree, you know, Angel Desiree, she's saying that she, you know, it's not the time. She's there to help you, but the time is not right now, and maybe it's not the home that is for you. Yeah, that's all. It's just this is not the time. So if you are looking at buying, renovating also is another thing. There's a couple of years that are looking at renovating as well. Slow down. I think there's some that have actually come up with, you know, they're wanting to renovate. Just slow down a bit and just you can definitely do the background work and all that sort of stuff right now, but just slow down a bit. They're just telling me to slow down. It's not saying that these plans aren't going to come to effect. They're just saying that right now, slow down is all I'm getting, is slow down. So slow down. So you need to slow down, and because things will not come. You'll realize it. You'll realize it because things won't naturally flow. When things are supposed to happen, things just naturally flow. And when it flows, that's when you know it's the timing's right, or this is the right thing to be doing. But if you feel that there's lots of okay, so plans. So they're saying that, you know, you're putting plans into place. Things aren't going right with those plans. Take that as a sign. That's them telling you slow down. And I'm saying again, I'm not saying that these plans won't go ahead and these plans aren't favourable later on, but at this time, just slow down a bit. And I mean, you can still do, as I said, do the background checks, do the you know, get the plan together and get it all sorted, but don't go and dive into signing up for things, especially when it comes to money. So do all your planning, but don't start spending money on on materials. Now there's one, because there's materials that will come for cheap. Now you'll see them for cheap and you think, oh well, I need to get these because they're on sale. Don't. They're saying to me, don't go and dive just because the materials are a good price or they're cheap. They're telling me just to tell you to slow down, and you don't need, because these materials you'll get a discount, or you'll get these materials will come into cheaper later on when it's ready to start the thing. But don't go spending money on all these materials when you even haven't got a plan, a proper plan, a plan of attack. Yeah. So yeah, so just because they're cheap, just because materials, and that's, you know, only 1 week that they're going to be cheap, don't get fooled with that. Just you know, take your time. So yeah, so take your time with renovations. Take your times with any decisions that you're deciding on. And she's not saying that these they're not ever going to be favourable, but at this time there's some of you that have actually been asking why things aren't flowing, and that's because the timing's not right. And what will happen is we tend to dive into our ego side of things and we rush into it. So we rush into doing these things, and then we get stuck in a pickle. So, you know, listen to your intuition, and when things aren't flowing, that means that's their way of telling you to just slow down. Yeah, and you know, things will start happening for you. It's just time. The timing's not right at the moment. So but yeah, ask your angels. They're saying ask your angels for guidance. Ask the angels when is a good time. They will answer you, but you need to be able to, set that communication with them. And what they do is they don't answer we think because we've asked ourselves those questions, or in a little bit of a way, they actually have to, they actually have to wait for your permission to help them. So they call it the free will. So because for example, if something's something that I'm needing an answer to, if I'm not asking them directly and I'm asking for help, then you're not going to, because it's free will. They need your permission to be able to help you, and that's just because they don't want to just be diving in and mixing, fiddling in with your lives, because it's the way of our learning. But also we need to be able to help, ask them for help. So they're always there. Don't ever feel that you can't ask them for help. You could be asking them like 10 million times a day. That's what they're there for, and they're happy to help us. So ask for their guidance, ask for their help. When is a good timing for to be able to get into these renovations, or to be able to buy these homes, or but just, when something pops up and it is a great idea, don't think that you just need to dive into it. I'm the terrible person to do that. I think of something and I'm like, right, gotta dive in. And it's you gotta sort of sit back and go, okay, let it flow. And when things are flowing, that's when things start happening for you. And yeah, so that's it's that artists out there, get in there, get into that art and practice, and that polishes the work, makes you feel confident in yourself as well, but also it brings true happiness, and it's healing. And yeah, those ones, just slow down on any decisions. So any major decisions that people are looking at this point, just slow down on it, because it's not favorable at the moment. And just make sure you're doing your homework. And yeah, so that's what they're here. They're here for you. The angels are here for you, and just keep asking them, and they're there for you. That's the beauty of them, and that's the beauty of us as beings back here on this earth, is to try and create and spread out that word. That's what I feel I'm here for, and this is why I do this each week. So I hope you have a beautiful week, and I will see you next week. Namaste.